We go to the Mythos phase of turn 5, 4 of 6 Doom. We've managed to keep all the Acolytes at bay to keep the Doom low. Our encounter card is going to be another enemy. That's 4 enemies in a row we've drawn. The stars are right, and that means it's time for another episode of The Whisper in Darkness. I'm your host, the Man from Lang. Thank you very much for joining me today. On this episode, we are continuing our Innsmouth Conspiracy campaign with Silas Marsh. We're going to take on the 7th scenario in that campaign, the Lair of Dagon. This is a blind playthrough. I have not had a chance to play this scenario yet, so I hope that you enjoy it as I work my way through this one. Apologies in advance if I make any mistakes. There are spoilers throughout if you care about that sort of thing. If you enjoy what you hear, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Before we get started, I'd like to thank the patrons of this channel for their tremendous support. The Arkham Horror LCG community is amazing, and these people have gone above and beyond to bring you content like these player card reviews. If you'd like to support the channel's goals and see your name on this list, head over to patreon.com, sign up for a tier of your choice, and claim your rewards. That would be awesome. Special thanks to Cole Monroe Chitty for the amazing art that graces the channel, Nicole Fiscus for the new Whisper in Darkness logo that I use for the podcast, and Nate Lost in Time and Space for the intro as well as the overlays. Thank you very much. I couldn't do it without you. Without further ado, let's get started. Hello Arkham Horror fans, welcome back to the Innsmouth Conspiracy campaign with Silas Marsh. We are going to take on the 7th scenario in that campaign, the Lair of Dagon. Just a reminder that if you are a patron of the channel, stay tuned for the Patreon post-game show where I discuss how my deck performed, as well as share my thoughts about the scenario and the campaign so far. As you may remember, Silas managed to make it out of the lighthouse in A Light in the Fog. We escaped with the red key. Unfortunately, we were not able to get the black key as well, so I believe we have the gate to Iha Intlai, and hopefully that will help us as we finish off this campaign. Only 2 scenarios left, so let's see if Silas can't survive. Just a quick reminder about the deck. This is a deck based on Silas Marching to Glory by Manea 13 over on Arkham DB. We weren't allowed to spend our experience points after A Light in the Fog. We earned, I think, 3, maybe 4. I think it was closer to 3. But we weren't able to spend them. So we have banked those experience points. So no changes to the deck from A Light in the Fog. Still using all the same tools to investigate, fight enemies, and evade them if necessary. So I think what we're going to do is jump right into the game. We are set up and ready to go in Octagon. So some of our choices in the, or some of the experiences we had in the previous scenarios have come back in this one. There was I had to actually go back and watch the previous videos to make sure I had all of the memories recovered correctly. We ended up recovering 4 memories in total. We recovered the memory of our meeting with Thomas Dawson. We recovered a memory of the decision to stick together. We recovered a memory of a jailbreak. And we recovered the memory of Joe Sargent. So, as a result of that, we get to, because we only recovered 4 in total, we get to add 5 bless tokens to the Chaos Bag to kick off this scenario. So, hopefully that works out to our advantage. I don't know much about this scenario other than that it is the only one in the game that adds curse tokens to the bag. As far as I knew, that might also happen in Into the Maelstrom, but at the time of this recording, this is the only one that does add curse tokens. But we're going to start off with 5 bless tokens. Because we stuck together with Thomas Dawson, we also get to start with him in our in play. Thomas Dawson, soldier in a new war, 4-cost asset with a willpower, combat, and wild skill icon, ally agency, and veteran trait. We get +1 Willpower, which is awfully nice, and +1 combat. After an enemy attacks an investigator at your location, even if that attack was cancelled, we can exhaust Thomas Dawson, and that investigator draws 1 card. He has 2 health, 3 sanity, and takes up an ally slot. So we're going to have to make a decision at some point whether we want to keep Thomas Dawson around or whether we want Peter Sylvester. Obviously, Peter is better for the sanity soak and did a ton of work for us in A Light in the Fog. So maybe what we end up doing is if we do draw Peter, we sack this guy to sanity soak and then get Peter on the table so we can soak even more sanity and keep ourselves alive. We also, as part of setup, we had to change the agenda deck up a little bit. We start with, you start with different agendas depending on whether you attended a secret cult meeting, which we did not do. So we start with the Initiation version 2 in play. However, because we stuck together, we get to use the first version of Agenda 2A. So hopefully that will work out to our advantage. Speaking of agendas, let's go through those now. Agenda 1A is the Initiation version 2. The interior of the old Masonic Hall is eerily quiet. Aside from the distant plink of dripping water and the creaking of the building under the weight of your feet, you get the feeling that your arrival may have been expected. Forced, when your turn begins, if you are at a fully flooded location, you struggle for air. When your turn ends, if you did not enter an unflooded or partially flooded location during your turn, you take 5 direct damage. This is similar to the first scenario in this campaign, the Pit of Despair. It has a very similar forced effect, and this one has a doom threshold of 6. Act 1A is the first oath. We all had to take the Oath of Dagon, and later on they was second and third oaths that some of us took from H.P. Lovecraft's The Shadow over Innsmouth. I believe that's Zodok Allen. So each suspect enemy gets +1 health per investigator, loses aloof, and cannot be parlayed with. As, it was ages ago that we played The Vanishing of Alina Harper and discovered that the librarian, Joyce Little, I believe it was the kidnapper. And as part of setup, we had to set her aside. So I assume at some point we are going to end up fighting with Joyce. So she will have a little bit of extra health. As a free triggered ability, spend the blue, red, white, or yellow key. Discard each obstacle card attached to your location. So again, the keys return. We will have to find various keys. We've set aside 2 that are the important keys, and the rest of them are just keys, I guess, that we will find as we journey through the Esoteric Order of Dagon. And we will have to spend them, or we can spend them, to get rid of obstacle cards. So whatever those are. Our objective is, if each surviving investigator is at Grand Entryway and the investigators have unlocked the entrance to the caves, we get to advance. So pretty clear goal. We need to unlock the entrance to the caves. So pretty straightforward. I assume we'll need clues in order to unlock the caves, but we don't actually need the clues to advance the act. So as you know, discovering clues has always been kind of iffy for Silas. When I was watching back through the previous playthroughs, we've had some games where we've managed to get the old key ring and look what I found down very quickly. And I believe it was The Vanishing of Alina Harper where we really struggled to draw those cards at the beginning and had a tough time getting the clues initially. We are playing the Lair of Dagon on standard difficulty. The skulls are -1 for each key on this card. So starts off as a 0 and will get tougher as the game progresses as we spend those keys. As typical, the skulls tend to start off at a low number and get progressively worse as games go on. The cultist is a 0. Reveal an additional chaos token. If you reveal 1 or more curse tokens during this test, you automatically fail. So, yikes. The Cultist is rough, so it's a 0, but then if we draw a curse token, we automatically fail. Fortunately, we didn't discover, I guess, a lot of reflections or memories, which cause you to start the game with 2 curse tokens in the bag, or up to 5 if you were really awesome and recovered all of your memories. So that's potentially bad. The tablet's -3 if you fail. Place each key you control on your location. That's pretty rough, especially if it's at a high shroud location with a lot of clues on it. That could be potentially dangerous. And the Elder thing is a -4. If you fail, add 1 curse token to the Chaos bag. So that, there we have, you fail, so you draw a -4, which is going to be tough to pass. And then, so you likely fail that, and then add a curse token, which, if you draw a Cultist, turns into an auto-fail as well. So, don't like that combination very much. Silas Marsh starts off here at the Grand Entryway. It is connected to each cave location and vice versa. It has the action Resign. You've had enough of this place. I guess we'll find out whether that, how quickly we want to do that. And as an action, investigators at the Grand Entryway spend the purple key and 3 clues per investigator as a group to remember that you have unlocked the entrance to the cave. So there is our objective right up front. So we need to find the purple key and gather 3 clues, return to the Grand Entryway. We spend the purple key, which of course will make the skulls tougher, and we will unlock the entrance to the caves. Now, I do know that Dagon is in this scenario at some point. I'm not sure when he arrives, but not looking forward to that big bad. But I think we're pretty much ready to go here. The map is pretty straightforward. We've got the Grand Entryway in the middle. First floor halls to either side. We can go up to the foul corridors. Again, second floor halls on either side, and then there's 1 third floor hall. So sort of a miniature Echoes of the Past map here, with a central corridor or central locations running up the middle, and then locations to either side. I think we're ready to draw our opening hand, so we will shuffle up. As part of setting up this scenario, you do have to remove Alina Harper from your deck, which I did do this time. I believe I forgot to do that during Devil Reef, but she is not in my deck this time around. So we have Thomas, and we will be looking to get Peter out as quickly as possible. Once Thomas bites it, of course. All right, we draw our opening hand. We get our basic weakness, the Unspeakable Oath Curiosity, that costs us XP unless we investigate an investigation with no clues, or a location with no clues. So we'll draw an extra card for that. We get Take Heart. So we have an Inquiring Mind, a Grisly Totem, a Meat Cleaver, Resourceful, and Take Heart. Not a big fan of this hand, to be honest. The Meat Cleaver, I guess, is okay. The Inquiring Mind can get us a clue in a pinch. Resourceful and Take Heart aren't going to help us. So the question is, do we keep the Meat Cleaver and Inquiring Mind and mulligan the rest? Or do I get rid of the Inquiring Mind as well? I think I'm going to keep the Inquiring Mind, and we'll go for 3 cards. We get a Not Without a Fight, Track Shoes, and a Quick Thinking. So we're a little light on clue discovery here to kick things off. We didn't get Sharp Vision. We didn't get the old key ring. So I'm not super psyched about that. Not Without a Fight isn't really going to help us that much, at least immediately, unless we get ganged up on by enemies. So really our only options to discover a clue at the moment is Inquiring Mind. So crossing my fingers for some low shroud locations to help us out there. Obviously, if we do encounter some enemies, Meat Cleaver is going to be good, and Track Shoes are always excellent, so no issues there. Well, let's kick this game off. We will go to the turn 1 investigation phase. We will get our 3 actions. We have 5 resources, so I think what we're going to do is play the Meat Cleaver first. And just in case we happen to draw an enemy, we do want the track shoes down sooner than later. But we will go with the Meat Cleaver first, make sure we have our enemy management under control before we start to get fancy. Let's move to the first floor hull to the left. See how that treats us. 3 shroud location with 1 clue. It says, as an action, spend the red key. There is an audible click as the crest of blood fits into the stone altar. Put the set-aside Iha Intlai statue story asset into play under your control. Cursed side face up. And it has the forced effect. After Hall of the Deep is revealed, increase its flood level. So we have to increase the flood level already. Let's add a token. So it is partially flooded. 3 shroud location though. Man, oh man. We can go 5v3 with all those blessed tokens in the bag. Let's give it a shot. We'll commit Inquiring Mind. We will go 5v3. Chaos Bag says Cultist. That is a 0. And we will reveal an additional token. And if we get a curse token, we automatically fail, which we won't. So let's draw an additional token. We get a -1. So we'd be going 1v3 if we pull Inquiring Mind back to our hand, but we're not going to do that. So we will have to let Inquiring Mind go, unfortunately, and we will grab this clue at Hall of the Deep. We don't have any keys, so we can't trigger the ability here, unfortunately. We do gain a victory point, I guess, but I'm not overly concerned about that at the moment. I'm more concerned about getting our completing these objectives. So we played the Meat Cleaver, we moved and investigated. That is going to be our turn. We go to the upkeep phase. We get a grizzly statue, or sorry, a grizzly totem. That could be helpful. I know we haven't actually played the grizzly totem all that often. 3 resources is a bit pricey for that one, especially when you want track shoes first. So we'll see. We go to turn 2, the first Mythos phase of the game. 1 of 6 Doom in play. Our encounter card is going to be an Acolyte. Okay. Wasn't expecting, I don't know why I wasn't expecting Acolytes, but there is an Acolyte on the board. We can place him at any empty location and he gets a Doom automatically. So we will want to kill the Acolyte. So, but fortunately, we currently have 5 combat, 4 agility, and we've got a Meat Cleaver. So we should be in good shape. We don't need to take horror really to deal damage. So let's move on to the investigation phase of turn 2. I guess we're going to go kill this Acolyte first off. We could also play the track shoes, but I think we want to get this Doom off the table. So let's move back to the grand entryway. We engage the Acolyte. Let's attack the Acolyte. So we're going to go, we've got 6 combat with the Meat Cleaver, 6v3. I'm happy with that. Chaos Bag says +1. The Acolyte dies. That was our second action, and let's move as our third action to the other first floor hallway. It is the Hall of Blood, 3 shroud location with 1 clue. After Hall of Blood is revealed, place the set-aside red key on it. Well, there's the red key. Forced, after you fail a skill test while investigating Hall of Blood, take 1 horror. Oh, man. That is rough. That is so rough. And we don't have any real way of investigating at the moment, which is problematic, especially at a 3-shroud location. Okay, well, we go to the enemy phase. Nothing happens in that. And we draw our weakness as our during the upkeep. So we're earning 2 fewer XP this game unless we can investigate a location with no clues on it. Not looking good at the moment, considering that we have just 3 shroud locations on it. I guess the grand entryway, we can try that. I mean, it's a 0 shroud location, 1 shroud location, and no clues. So we can try to get rid of our weakness there. So that may be our go-to plan there. Let's go to turn 3. 2 of 6 Doom, and our encounter card is going to be another Acolyte. Okay. So we'll put this Acolyte in the grand entryway. And we will go to the investigation phase of turn 3. The problem here is we are unlikely to be able to grab this red key at the moment. We have no investigate to speak of. We could use some card draw, but we didn't get Unrelenting, which is pretty bad for us. So we're going to have to probably draw some cards here, I think. But we want to get rid of this Acolyte, I think. So let's move back to the grand entryway. Engage the Acolyte. Let's fight the Acolyte. We are going 6v3 again. Chaos Bag says -4, so that is going to be a failure. And we will try one more time. 6v3. Chaos Bag gives us a Bless token, so we're +2. And let's reveal another token. Oh, for Pete's sakes. So we do almost a Lost in Time and Space special there, where we drew a Bless token followed by the auto fail, so we end up failing that attack. Attack twice, draw -4, Bless auto fail. That's not very much fun. We're going to take a damage, which I believe Thomas will step in the way of that. Unfortunately, that was a tempo loss for us this turn. There we draw an Unrelenting, so we're going to need to use that to draw some cards to get us back in this game here. All right, we are going to turn 4. 4 of 6 Doom, thanks to the Acolyte. Our encounter card is what the living... It's another Acolyte. So all 3 Acolytes were on the top of the deck. Wow. Okay. Where am I putting this Acolyte? Let's put this Acolyte at the Halls of the Deep. Assuming we're going to go back there. All right. Well, now we've got to kill that Acolyte. So does the red key get us anything? The red key does not. So maybe what we do is put this Acolyte... We need the purple key and 3 clues in order to get the caves open. So maybe we focus on that first. And then we'll worry about getting the red key. So I'm going to put the Acolyte at the Foul Corridor above us, so we can go deal with him. All right, we're going to get 3 clues. We're going to go to the investigation phase of turn 4. We need to kill this Acolyte. We need to draw some cards in order to get some investigation on the table. So let's commit Unrelenting. Thank you to the player who reminded me that I can actually... I've been sealing the Elder Sign when I've been playing Unrelenting. I don't have to do that. I can actually seal the 2 zeros and the +1 and achieve the same thing. So I get to keep my keep the Elder Sign out there, which is good. So I will seal the 2 zeros and the +1. So when I do that, I get to draw 2 cards. All right, so we get our net and another Meat Cleaver, so no help there. We are attacking the Acolyte at a 6v3. Chaos Bag says Bless Token, so we're going 8v3. And we're going to reveal an additional token. We get a skull. That's a 0. So we do succeed in killing this guy. And we're going to pull Unrelenting back to our hand. We don't need the bonus from that. So that worked out. We got to draw a couple cards, but didn't get any investigation. I think we continue up the way here. We will move up to Foul Corridor and engage the other Acolyte. We've got Acolytes all over the bloody place at the moment. Foul Corridor is a 2-shroud location with 0 clues, 2nd floor passageway. As an action, spend the black key. Remember that you have unlocked the 3rd floor. So we need to find the black key to unlock the 3rd floor. I assume the purple key is on the 3rd floor. I think that's probably a safe assumption. We have 1 action remaining. We need to get rid of this Acolyte. We could commit Not Without a Fight to go... we're going to get an additional combat skill icon. So we're going to go 6v3, 7v3, 8v3. Do I really need to do that? Yeah, might as well. Chaos Bag says -4. Okay, well, it paid off. We kill this Acolyte, thanks to Not Without a Fight. And so, that is our turn again. So we need to find the black key in order to open the 3rd floor hallway and hopefully get the goodies that are up there. We go to the enemy phase, nothing happens. We get a lucky. Okay, well that can help us. That can help us with the investigation problem a little bit. Not much though. We go to the Mythos phase of turn 5, 4 of 6 Doom. We've managed to keep all the Acolytes at bay to keep the Doom low. Our encounter card is going to be another enemy. That's 4 enemies in a row we've drawn. The Initiate of Dagon, 2 combat, or 2 fight, 1 health, 2 evade, spawn any empty location. So this is another, this is, I believe, similar to the Acolyte. Spawn any empty location. While the Initiate of Dagon has no Doom on it, it gets +2 fight and +2 evade. At the end of the round, if Initiate of Dagon is ready and there is no Doom on it, place 1 Doom on it and it deals a horror. So we will go to... All right, so this one... So she's got 4 fight at the moment. Gets +2 fight, so we could kill this Initiate before it gets the Doom, because it won't get the Doom until the end of the round. Alright, we're going to the investigation phase of turn 5. Many enemies to kick this off. Let's go and engage this Initiate. Man, I'm glad I played that Meat Cleaver first. Holy cow, because we have been in a non-stop fight since the start of this game. All right, the Initiate is 4 fight and we are 6 fight with the Meat Cleaver. So we're going to go 6v2. Yeah, I'm satisfied with that, I think. 6v2, Chaos Bag says, Skull, that's a 0. So the Initiate of Dagon dies, but first we should check this floor. Hull of Rebirth. Oh, okay. After you reveal the Hull of Rebirth, draw the set-aside Apostle of Dagon enemy. 2 Shroud location, 1 clue. Man, oh man. How many bloody enemies are in this place? So we have another enemy. So we may have to actually take a step back here, depending on what the Apostle of Dagon does. Apostle of Dagon, 2 fight, 3 health, 2 evade. Humanoid hybrid cultist. Apostle of Dagon gets +1 health. Forced after Apostle of Dagon enters play, place the set-aside black key on it. When an investigator deals 1 or more damage to Apostle of Dagon, add 1 curse token to the Chaos Bag. It's worth a victory point and deals 1 damage and 1 horror. Okay, so the question is, did we want to kill... I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. We didn't check this. We should have checked this first because it would make a big difference to how we order our turn. But I guess we'll just fight this guy. So we want to go... We're going... So he has 4 health. So we're going to take a damage and a horror. We can use the meat cleaver to go... we can take a horror. Okay, so Thomas is going to take a horror. So we're going to go... we're just going 6v2 to do 2 damage. Alright, Chaos Bag says Elder Sign. That we didn't commit anything to that, so that's doesn't help us. Oh, we do get to commit something though. You may commit a skill from your discard pile, and after this test ends you can return it to your hand. So we'll commit Not Without a Fight, and then return Not Without a Fight to our hand. So we deal 2 damage to the Apostle of Dagon, but we have to add a curse token to the Chaos Bag. Alright, so there's 3 blesses and 1 curse in the bag at the moment. That was our last action. The Apostle is going to attack us. So I'm going to take a damage and a horror. And that's going to be that. During the enemy phase, we go to upkeep. We draw Take Heart, so we have to discard a card. We'll discard our 2nd copy of Meat Cleaver. We go to turn 6, Mythos phase, 5 of 6 Doom. We are going to be advancing here sooner than later. Our encounter card is the Esoteric Ritual. Revelation, test 4 willpower. If you fail, either choose and discard 2 cards from your hand or discard an asset you control. If 1 or more curse tokens is revealed during this test, do both instead. So we're going to have to either discard cards or discard an asset, which would be the Meat Cleaver, which would be very bad indeed. We do have a Not Without a Fight. Since we are engaged with an enemy, we can commit that. We can go 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's not great, is it? 4v4. We'd have to discard 2 cards from our hand. I think we're going to fail this test, to be honest. So let's commit the Take Heart instead. We're going to go 2v4. Chaos Bag gives us a -1. So even if we had committed the Not Without a Fight, we were going to fail. We are going to fail this test, so we're going to gain 2 cards and 2 resources. And if you fail, you either choose to discard 2 cards from your hand or an asset you control. We're going to discard cards from our hand. We will lose the Grizzly Totem and the Net. And then due to Take Heart, we get to 2 resources and 2 cards. We get a Resourceful and an Inquiring Mind. All right. So not the worst. We still have too much to do and too little time to do it, unfortunately. Let's go to the investigation phase of turn 6. We need to kill this Apostle. So let's commit the Not Without a Fight. We're going to go... we can actually... If we take a Horror... So we're going to take a Horror. So we're going to go... we're going to go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 V2. We don't actually need to commit Not Without a Fight, do we? We go 5, 6, 7 V2. 7 V2 for 2 damage. Chaos Bag says we get a tablet. That's a -3, and if you fail, place each key you control on your location. So we kill the Apostle. So the Apostle had the black key. So we'll bring it to front. So we get to kill the Apostle. It goes to the victories. When we deal more damage, we have to add another curse token. So let's do that. So we have 3 Bless and 2 Curse tokens in the Chaos Bag at the moment. The Apostle goes to the victory display. I believe we take control of the black key. And that's about it. So we added that, we did all that. All right. So we still need the purple key and 3 clues, but we do have, we have to spend the black key to unlock the 3rd floor door. I guess we grab this clue. Do we need this clue, though? I'm not sure if we need this clue or not. Let's go. Let's grab this clue. We need 3, so we're here. We might as well try. We're going to go 5v2. Chaos Bag says another tablet. That's a -3, so we succeed. We went 5v2, so we have to let Inquiring Mind go. But we do grab this clue. And then we'll move back to the Foul Corridor. And next to action, we can spend the black key in order to unlock the 3rd floor door and proceed. Enemy phase. No enemies on the table because we've been busy cutting down acolytes and as we go. We draw another copy of Take Heart. And that's our turn. So we go to turn 7. We are advancing. Turn 7, we advance. Encounter in the Deep. In a flooded hall of the Order, you come across an onyx statue depicting a creature similar to the ones you saw in Devil Reef. Just as you are pondering the nature of its existence, you hear faint chanting up ahead. Iha Inthlai, Iha Inthlai. But before you can interpret the strange syllables, there is a splash behind you. You retreat as the figures approach, hoping to evade them. Their muffled chanting reaches a crescendo when suddenly all goes quiet. Remove 2 curse tokens from the Chaos bag. Okay, I'm a fan of that. Sorry, we also got to heal a horror because we killed the apostle. Should remember that. If a jailbreak is listed under memories recovered, it is. Spawn the set-aside suspect enemy at a 3rd floor location or at the grand entryway if the 3rd floor location is not in play. Ignoring that an enemy's revelation ability, that enemy enters play exhausted, otherwise nothing happens. So I guess having memories of a jailbreak is not a good thing, because we get an enemy. We get Joyce Little, the bookshop owner. Where do we want to put Joyce? So she loses aloof. Each suspect enemy gets +1 health, loses aloof, and cannot be parlayed with. So she has 5 fight. A bookshop owner with 5 fight. Can you imagine such a thing? And 4 health. So where do we want to put her? Do we put her at the... Oh, we have to put her at the 3rd floor location because it is in play. So Joyce is waiting for us on the 3rd floor. And that is that. We go to Agenda 2A, What Lurks Below version 1. There is another quote from The Shadow over Innsmouth. Glancing up at the window I had left, I observed it was still dark, though far across the crumbling chimneys to the north, I could see lights ominously blazing in the order of the Dagon Hall. Forced, when your turn begins, if you are at a fully flooded location, you struggle for air, etc., etc. It has a doom threshold of 6. We have to draw an encounter card, which is going to be another damn enemy. We have drawn... I think we had 1 treachery in there. This is the Cerenarian Deep One. 2 fight, 3 health, 2 evade. Humanoid monster Deep One, prey lowest willpower. Hunter. After Cerenarian Deep One engages you, add 2 curse tokens to the bag and it deals a damage and a horror. So we got rid of 2 curse tokens and then they're right back in there. And we get... oh, I've got to do... Oh, that should be fine now. Okay. Doesn't like when I just remove them from the bag that way. Okay. We're on to the investigation phase of turn 7. We have yet another enemy to deal with. We have been just inundated with enemies in this particular game. This one has 3 health, which is going to take us a couple actions to get rid of. So I think what we're going to have to do is just kill this dude. And then take the action on the Foul Corridor to spend the black key to unlock the 3rd floor door so we can go up and deal with Joyce. So we are going 6v2. We're going to take a horror so we can deal an additional damage with the meat cleaver. Chaos Bag says Bless token. So we're at 8v2. Oh, I've got to go in and remove that token manually. Because it's screwing things up here. Okay. All right. So we have to reveal another token for that one. We get a -1, so he takes 2 damage. And so that was our first action. Second action, we have to kill this guy again. So we just we'll just use the meat cleaver. Since we have 3 or fewer remaining sanity, we get +2. So we're at 5, 6, 7 V2. Chaos Bag says 0. So the Cerenarian Deep One dies. We heal a horror. And as our final action, we spend the black key in order to unlock the 3rd floor door. And that's it. That's all we can do this turn. All right. Well, she is not a hunter, but she loses aloof. So we're going to have to go fight her next turn. Nothing during the enemy phase. Upkeep, we draw our 2nd copy of Track Shoes. I think we will discard the 2nd copy of Track Shoes because our hand size is at 8, thanks to our stupid weakness. And unfortunately, I can't discard that. All right, well, we have been in nothing but a battle for our life for this entire game. We go to turn 8, 1 of 6 doom. Our encounter card is not an enemy, thank goodness. However, it is a willpower treachery. Heralds of the Deep, Revelation, test 3 willpower, 5 instead if your location is flooded. It is not. For each point you fail by, add 1 curse token to the chaos bag. If you cannot, Heralds of the Deep gains Surge. So we are going 3v3. 3v3. How many curse tokens am I willing to take? I mean, we do have a lucky in our hand. We do need to get some investigation, though. That is a problem. We still don't have key rings, sharp visions, stuff like that. But adding curse tokens kind of sucks. I mean, the maximum you can add is 3, so there'd be 5. I guess, I mean, not sure whether I want to actually pass this or not. Let's play Take Heart. We're going to go 3v3. And we'll just see. Chaos Bag says we draw 0. Well, look at that. Okay, so we're going to pull Take Heart back to our hand. Yeah, we're going to pull Take Heart back to our hand. So that we pass. So we end up adding no curse tokens. So that's nice. We go to the investigation phase of turn 8. We have managed to unlock the door. Whoops. Man, we haven't... I feel like we haven't actually done anything, much of anything, really. So we have to fight Joyce. 5 fight. Man, oh man. And she gets +1 health. So she's got 4 health, so it's going to take 2 actions to kill her. Okay, well, let's go fight her. The Hall of Silence. 4 shroud location, 1 clue. Forced after Hall of Silence is revealed, place the purple key on it. So we, as we predicted, the purple key is at on the 3rd floor. After an investigator at this location fails a skill test, add a curse token to the bag. So the more you fail, the worse, the more you're going to fail because of the curse tokens. Joyce engages us, and we have 2 actions left to kill this lady. So we are going to go... we are going to take a horror. So we're going 4, 5, 6, 7 v5. Seven v5. We'll commit the not without a fight to go 9 v5. Chaos Bag says -4. So we pass. Barely. She takes 2 damage. We're gonna, as our next action, 4 shroud location. How are we gonna get that bloody key at a 4 shroud location with Silas? Oh, that's awful. That is really tough. That is very, very tough. We need to keep drawing cards here to get this. Okay, I think what we do here is maybe seal. Do we have anything worth grabbing? No, not really. Maybe we do quick thinking here. What are we at? So if we take another horror, we would be at 5, 6, 7 v5. We can go 8 v5, 9 v5. Or 8 v5, and then we've got a lucky in case we need it. But we need to draw cards, which means we're sealing 0s and 1s. Yeah, I think we have to do this. All right, so we're going to commit quick thinking and unrelenting. We're going to seal good tokens. We'll seal the 0s and the +1. Okay. We're going to draw 2 cards. There's Peter and another not without a fight. So we're going 4, 5 with Dawson, 6, 7, 8, 9. Chaos Bag says tablet. That's a -3. So that puts us at 6 v5, so we don't get the extra action from quick thinking, unfortunately. And we have to let unrelenting go. Because we already used the take heart pull. Okay, whoops. Didn't mean to put those in there. All right. Maybe I should have let Take Heart go there, but I do have another Unrelenting, and I've got a Resourceful in my hand, so I'm not overly worried. So Joyce Little dies. We get to heal a horror. We had to take another horror, so we'll take it on him. Take it on Thomas. So Joyce Little is dead. We add her to the victory display. So we need to try to get the key here. So that's going to be our turn. Unfortunately, we still haven't seen a key ring or a sharp vision or anything that can help us grab this clue, which we badly need to get the purple key. So, enemy phase, we've killed all the enemies. Upkeep, we get the Sea Change Harpoon, no help there. We go to turn 9, 2 of 6 Doom. Our encounter card is going to be yet another enemy. The Initiate of Dagon again. We'll put her down in the foul corridor because we're going to have to kill her again. At the end of the round, she's going to gain a Doom. How do we do this? 2v4 is not good. We can't fail skill tests at this location willy-nilly because we're just going to be adding curse tokens. We're on the investigation phase of turn 9. We gain our 3 actions. I'm just going to draw some cards. I need to find something that can help me here. There is a sharp vision. Okay, so we drew 1 card. We get a sharp vision. That is what we need. All right, we're going to have to commit this. We're going to have to use our sharp vision. So we're going to get three icons on this one. So we're going 2, 5v4. Let's commit the Resourceful to go 6v4. I'm even going to commit the Harpoon to go 7v4. Chaos Bag says 0. Okay, so we pass. 7v4. That's fine. We're going to look at... We're going to pull the Unrelenting back to our hand with Resourceful. And we're going to grab this clue. And we're going to grab this key. So we have the purple key. That was our second action. We have 1 action remaining. I'm going to play Track Shoes. I've got 12 resources. I'll play the Track Shoes, and now we're in a position to start moving around quicker, which we need. So we go to the end of the round, we get our second copy of Sharp Vision. They were bunched up in the deck. The Initiate of Dagon gets a Doom on her. We are going to turn 10 Mythos phase, 4 of 6 Doom thanks to the Initiate. Our encounter card is Mysterious Chanting. Place 2 Doom on the nearest cultist enemy. The Initiate of Dagon is a cultist, so she's up to 3 Doom. So we're going to have to go kill her. Investigation phase of turn 10. Let's move down to the foul corridors. We engage the Initiate of Dagon. We are going to try to kill this lady. She has Doom on her, so she's only 2 fight. We are 4, 5, 6 fight. We will attack her. And we get an auto fail, of course. All right, let's try it again. We moved. This is our second attack. We get a +1, so she's dead. But we're stopped at the foul corridor this turn. If this attack defeats an enemy, we may heal a horror. Sure. Okay, so that was that. We go to the enemy phase. Once again, we've managed to kill all the enemies. There is our old key ring. So we've drawn sharp vision, old key ring here in the last couple turns. So all of our investigation was bunched up at the bottom of the deck. We go to turn 11 Mythos phase, 4 of 6 Doom. Thanks to killing that Initiate of Dagon, we stop the advance. We draw another Heralds of the Deep, test 3 willpower, 5 instead if your location is flooded. For each point we fail by, we add curse tokens to the bag. We're going 3v3 again. Do we want to draw more cards and gain more resources? We don't really need to. So let's go 3v3. Chaos Bag says, tablet. That's a -3, and if you fail, place each key on your location. I'm going to play Lucky to fail by 1. So we add 1 curse token to the bag. And we place our keys on our location, but that doesn't matter because we're just going to get it back with a free triggered ability. And that's that. Okay. The question is, do we want this cursed statue? I don't know what it does. I don't know what it does. I mean, we could go get it. It's kind of tough to get. I guess we could go advance and see what happens and then decide. I'm just afraid that it's going to wipe our locations and we're not going to have a chance. But I think given that there's 4 of 6 Doom, we know there are only 3 agendas. We need to get moving a little quicker here. So we're going to... We added a curse token. We used 1 action to move. We're going to take the action on the grand entryway, spend the purple key and 3 clues. So the skulls are -2 now, and we spend 3 clues to unlock the entrance to the caves. Okay, so we've got 1 action remaining. And we are advancing. If each surviving investigator is at grand entryway and the investigators have unlocked the entrance to the caves, we advance. All right. Oh, okay. Secrecy. Each of the Order's chambers are devoted to an aspect of their grand scheme, the secret that lies at the foundation of the Order, the poison that dwells in the roots of Innsmouth. But whatever the secret is, it is just beyond your grasp, at least until the moment you discover the truth behind the building itself. It is nothing but a cover for the Order's true headquarters, As you unlock the pathway that leads into the cavernous depths beneath the building, you wonder what secrets could possibly dwell below. If a suspect enemy is in play, remove it from the game. No, we killed Joyce. Remove each location other than the grand entryway from the game or add them to the victory display if they have victory X and no clues on them, discarding each card at those locations. Okay, so we get 1 VP for the Hall of the Deep. We lose all the other locations, unfortunately. I kind of felt like this was going to happen, but what can we do? Okay, so let's go... where do we put these? Let's put them in here. So we put all these in there. All right. We discarded each card of those locations, shuffle the set aside Tidal Tunnels locations, and put each of them into play. Increase the flood level of each location. Shuffle the set aside Synergy and Tidal alignment cards into the encounter deck, along with the encounter discard pile. So these come, the Synergy and Tidal alignment cards come into the encounter deck, as does the encounter discard pile. So we've got 31 cards in the encounter deck, pretty beefy. So shuffle the set aside Tidal Tunnel locations and put each of them into play. Okay, so this is, yeah, I guess it's kind of like getting, what is it, Dream Eaters vibes here. We'll just put them in a straight line. I'm sure they're either connected to each other or, you know, in some way. All right, we've got all the Tidal Tunnel locations. So the suspect is gone. We've removed the locations except Grand Entryway. We've shuffled the Tidal Tunnel locations and put them into play. We need to increase the flood level of all of these cards. So everything is partially flooded. And we did that. Okay, so we have finished advancing the act. We go to Act 2A, the second oath. Oh, there's a third oath too? Oh dear. I feel like we've been way too slow on this one. You descend into the caverns beneath the Order of Dagon's headquarters, unaware of the horrific fate that awaits you in the depths. Each suspect enemy gets +1 health, loses aloof, and cannot be parlayed with. We can spend the blue, red, white, or yellow keys to discard obstacle cards attached to your location. If the investigator has unlocked the final depths, we advance. Okay. So I assume all these locations are connected to the grand... Yeah, grand entryway is connected to each cave location and vice versa. Okay, so yeah, it is kind of like Dream Eaters at the beginning there, where the first scenario where everything is connected to the one location. So we're basically moving from grand entryway to Tidal Tunnels and vice versa. Okay. So we have one action remaining. I think what we're going to try to do here is clear Unspeakable Oath Curiosity so we can at least get some VP out of this. Do we use the old keyring though? Or we play old keyring? No, I think I'm going to play old keyring first. That'll be our turn. Fortunately, we do have a resign location on the table, so if we don't succeed, we can at least get out. I don't know if that's good or not, but it is a one shroud location, so Unspeakable Oath Curiosity, we can probably clear that and get out before we die. Nothing during the enemy phase. We draw our second old keyring. Unbelievable. That is unbelievable. So we drew Sharp Vision, Old Keyring, Old Keyring. If I'm not mistaken. So all of my investigation was bunched up in the middle of my deck. Turn 12, Mythos phase, 5 of 6 Doom. Our encounter card is another Acolyte. Well, we don't know what any of these locations are, so let's just put the Acolyte at that location. We'll just put it at the first Tidal Tunnel location. And I guess we're going to go kill the Acolyte. Because that's what we do in this game. We kill enemies. Lots and lots and lots of enemies. Alright, so it is the investigation phase of turn 12. Let's just move. So we're going to move. Now, we've got an option here. Because we have track shoes on the table, we can move to this Tidal Tunnel location. We're going to advance next turn anyway, so we could leave this Acolyte on the table if we need to, potentially. This is an underwater cavern. 2 shroud location with 1 clue. Move from underwater cavern to any cave location. After it is revealed, it becomes fully flooded, as expected. So I think what I'm going to do on this one, I'm going to use the track shoes. We're not going to kill this dude. We're going to advance anyway this turn, so there's no point. So let's use track shoes here. We're going 5v3. Yeah, that's really all we can do. 5v3. Chaos Bag says Skull, that's a -2. So that's a -2. We're fine. So we skip out. We actually don't spend an action there. Okay, so what we did is we moved. Using our first action, we moved in, and then we track shoesed out of there. So we have 2 actions left. Let's just go down the line. We don't know what any of these locations do, so this is the Tidal Pool. Tidal Pool gets +1 shroud while it's partially flooded, +2 shroud while fully flooded. After Tidal Pool is revealed, randomly place one of the set-aside face-down keys and place it on Tidal Pool without looking at it. We have 2 face-down keys. So there is the key. Gets +1 shroud while partially flooded, so it's a 4 shroud location. Jeez Louise, what is it with these locations today? The problem is Sharp Vision and Old Keyring don't really work with each other, so we can't. We can drop it by 2. I guess we have 1 action remaining, so what we can do, let's use the Old Keyring. Don't take the resource yet. We're going to commit Unrelenting. Let's go seal some bad tokens. We're going to seal -4, -3. Oh, maybe cultists. Oh, that's a tough choice. For sure the -4. The -3 and a cultist. Let's seal those up. right. Chaos Bag says... Oh, there's a cultist. Son of a... That's a 0. But we have to reveal an additional token. Draw additional token. Oh, we got an Elder Sign. Oh my god. That is so good. Okay, well... That is a +0. So what were we at? So we were at 2v1, or 3v1. So we're at, yeah, we reduced the shroud value by 2. We are going 3v1, 2v1. So if we pull, so we can commit a card. We can commit a skill from our hand, so we'll commit the Resourceful. So now we're going 3v1. We're going to pull Unrelenting back to our hand. So now we're going 3v1 still. We get to trigger the Resourceful to pull something back. We can take a Lucky or a Sharp Vision. I want the Sharp Vision, I think. No, I want Lucky. I've got a Sharp Vision. And we get to pull the Resourceful back to our hand. So nice. Okay. So as our final action, we discover this clue and we get this key, which is the yellow key. Hopefully that unlocks the depths. I don't know. All right. So we discovered this clue. We grab the key as our final action. Nice. Oh, and we have to remove a key from the old key ring. We got to discard a card because we draw Belly of the Beast. I'm going to let Take Heart go because we're good for cards at the moment. Again, Unrelenting, so important to Silas to be able to draw those cards. We go to... the enemy, Mythos phase. Sorry, it's turn 13, 6 of 6 Doom. We are advancing. This could be bad. Oh dear. Cursed luck. The silence that pervades the building retreats. A sinister chanting rises from the depths. Each uncanny syllable a reminder of the Order's inhuman origins. What was once the rhythmic drip, drip, drip of trickling water is now a distant resounding roar of rushing flood water. But there is also something else, the rumbling of something enormous, something that stirs under the bedrock. Add 4 curse tokens to the bag, so we're up to 7 curse tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, this Doom on this Acolyte is gone, so that's good. All right, the ritual advances. The building rumbles to its foundation. Something sinister is happening deep below the halls of the Order of Dagon. If you don't stop it, who knows what may be unleashed. When your turn begins, fully flooded, etc., etc., etc. Is there a 4th agenda, or am I just... No, there isn't. There isn't a 4th agenda, so... What happens when this advances? Dagon shows up and we all die? Maybe? Okay, so that was... We need to draw an encounter card, which is going to be another enemy. Empty location. We're going to have to... kind of want to keep moving. So where do we place this woman? It's another Initiate of Dagon. Just wondering if we put it at the grand entryway, we could track shoes past. But she does add doom. And we have still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 locations to investigate. Let's put her here at the next tidal tunnel location. We will go there and kill her and discover this location at the same time. It is the investigation phase of turn 13. We're going to move. We're going to track shoes. We're going 5v3. Chaos Bag gives us a -3, so we're stopped. That's fine. We'll just move to the next location, engage the Initiate of Dagon. It is an underground river. Underground river cannot be fully flooded. Forest, after it is revealed, increase its flood level, so nothing happens. So we reveal the underground river, can't be fully flooded, it's worth VPs. Unfortunately, it's a 4-shroud location, which is really hard for us to deal with. We do have a Belly of the Beast, but we only get 1 clue that way. So we'd have to use a sharp vision on this one. We'd have to use a sharp vision to clear this location. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think we can afford to do that at the moment. And there's 7 curse tokens in the bag, so let's just try to kill this lady. She's got 4 fight. We have 5, 6. We'll take a horror. We don't have to take a horror. We don't have to take a horror, so we're 5, 6. 6v4. Let's commit a not without a fight to this to go 8v4. Chaos Bag says Elder Sign. Another Elder Sign. Do we have a skill? We do have a skill. We have... Is it any skill? Yeah, we commit quick thinking. So we commit the quick thinking. We can pull not without a fight back to our hand, and we're still going 5, 6v4, 7v4. So we succeed by 2. So those both come back to our hand. So she dies. That was our action, but we get an additional action because of quick thinking. And we'll use that to move back to the entryway. So very nice indeed there. That really got a lot of momentum back on that turn. We have 4 locations to go. We also need to clear our weakness at some point here. We do have a good location to do it at. Nothing during the enemy phase. We draw our second copy of Resourceful. We want to let go of a card. Man, oh man, our hand is so good. I think we let Belly of the Beast go. We've got 2 copies of Resourceful. We've got a Quick Thinking. We're doing pretty well. All right. Mythos phase of turn 14. 1 of 6 doom. Our card is Tidal Alignment. Choose a location where there is at 1 investigator. Increase that location's flood level. Each investigator at the chosen location takes 1 damage. If the chosen location's flood level is not increased by this, it gains Surge. There's nothing that says the grand entryway can't have its flood level increased. So the flood level goes up at the grand entryway. That's okay. We take a damage. That's no big deal. We have 9 health. We've only taken 2 damage. It doesn't gain Surge, so that's fine. Okay. Let's keep on trucking. I would like to clear our weakness at some point, but I'm moving fast here. Investigation phase of turn 14. Let's move to the next location down the line. 4 locations to go. This is the Doorway to the Depths. After Doorway to the Depths is revealed, place the set-aside green key on the location with the most clues. Okay, that's a bit of a pain in the butt, because it drops it on the underground river. Investigators at the Doorway to the Depths spend the green key and 3 clues as a group to remember that you have unlocked the final depths. Okay, so basically we need to go back to the underground river, unfortunately. Location with the most clues, yep. So we need to go back to the underground river. We need to grab those clues and the key and then unlock the final depths, which lets us advance to the next act. Well, let's use track shoes then. We're going 6v3 or 5v3. 5v3. Man, I've got all the investigation I can muster. That is going to be rough, though. We need to succeed by 2 or more to pull that both clues in one shot. And there's so many curse tokens in the bag. Okay, we're going 6v3, or 5v3, sorry. There's a curse token. Okay, I don't mind that. So we're now, we're down at 3v3. And we get a -1, so we fail. So we move back and move again to the underground river. And that's going to be our turn. During upkeep, we draw another copy of Lucky. What do we get rid of? Oh man, not without a fight. I'm just saving stuff because we're gonna need a lot to get these 2 clues. I don't think I've ever double luckied in my life, but this might be the time. All right. It is turn 15, 2 of 6 doom. Encounter card is Fulfill the Oaths. Hazard. If it is Act 1, test 3 agility. If it is Act 2, test 3 agility and 2 combat. If it is Act 3, test 3. So for each of these skill tests you fail, take 1 damage. Okay, well that's fine. Maybe now's the time to let Thomas go in exchange for Peter. So we have to test 3 agility. We are at 5 agility. That is a -2, so we succeed. And then we have to test 2 combat. We are at 5 combat. There is a curse token. I don't mind drawing curse tokens now. Just keep. And we get a -1, so that's a -3. So that was 4, 5, -3 is 2. So we pass, even though we drew a curse token. For those of you keeping track at home, there are 5 curse tokens and 2 bless tokens in the bag. And it is the investigation phase of turn 15. Now this is huge. We need these 2 clues in a serious way. We're going to commit, we're going to basically sell the house on this one. We're going to commit sharp vision. So we're going 2, 3, 4v4. Or no, sorry, 2, 5v4. We're going to commit resourceful, 6v4. Quick thinking, 7v4. Unrelenting, 8v4. And we're going to seal... we're going to seal some bad tokens because we need to succeed this by 2. Take out the 2 -4s. And then the tablet, because I don't want to fail this and end up losing my keys. All right. Okay. So we're going 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8v4. Chaos Bag says Skull. That's a -2. So we're going 6v4. And we pass by 2, so we get both clues. Now, we need to make up our minds what we're going to do here, because we get an extra action. So we have 3 actions left this turn. We get to pull a card back. Let's take the other sharp vision that's in our discard pile. And we let the unrelenting go because we have to. Yeah, we have to let all the cards go, but that's okay. That was an important skill test. Especially with 5 bloody curse tokens in the bag. We needed that. Those clues. We get the green key. We will go grand entryway. Let's investigate here. Using the old key ring, we're going to try to clear a weakness here. Chaos Bag says Bless Token. So we're at 4v0. And -2, so we succeed, so we discard our weakness. So we had 3 actions, we moved, we investigated, we moved to the underwater depths. Or, sorry, to the doorway of the depths. Okay. Good. No enemies. We draw our second copy of Unrelenting just as we let one go, so that's fine. We go to turn 16, 3 of 6 Doom. Our encounter card is Esoteric Ritual. Test 4 willpower. If you fail, either choose and discard 2 cards from your hand. So that is gone. The old keyring vanishes because we succeeded. Test 4 willpower. If you fail, either choose and discard 2 cards from your hand or discard an asset you control. If 1 or more curse tokens is revealed, we do both. Okay, so we're going 3v4. We'll just draw. We get a -2, so we're going 1v4. So we have to choose and discard 2 cards from your hand. Okay. Oh man, that's a tough choice. I think we go a lucky and... Oh, that's a tough choice. I can't believe I'm going to do this, but I'm going to let Peter go. Or we can discard an asset we control. Yeah, I'm actually, we're gonna discard the meat cleaver, I think. That's a better choice in this instance. We may need Peter, and Lucky is just too good to discard, so we'll discard the meat cleaver. All right. It is the investigation phase of turn 16. We can advance now. We can take an action to investigators at the doorway of the depths may spend the green key and 3 clues as a group to remember we've unlocked the final depths. We put that key there, we unlock the final depths, and we advance. All right. Loyalty. The more you explore the caverns, the more alien and human the architecture becomes. Soon it feels as though you have crossed the threshold of another world entirely. It is reminiscent of the ruins you saw beneath Devil Reef, but those depths are miles from here. Right? Or is this network of caves so vast it spans the entirety of Innsmouth? Soon you come upon a grand set of doors in the center of the web of gilded corridors. Many other paths stem from this hall, but it is this door and the strange heavy breathing that thrums throughout the walls and the floor that calls to you. Put the set-aside Lair of Dagon location into play fully flooded. Put the set-aside Dagon enemy into play at Lair of Dagon, deep in slumber, side face up. We have Dagon on the board. Okay, so the Lair of Dagon is here. Is it what is it connected to? As far as we know, it's not connected to anything at the moment. Oh, it's connected to the doorway of the depths. guess we'll just put it up there. Yep, it's connected to the doorway of the depths, and we put Dagon into play. The big boy shows up at last. I hope we just need the yellow key to survive. So we put the set-aside Lair of Dagon location into play fully flooded. And we put the set-aside Dagon NMP into play at the Lair of Dagon. Deep in Slumber, check the current agenda. If it's agenda 1A, add 10 curse tokens to the bag. If it's agenda 2A, add 5 curse tokens to the bag. How would you do this in one agenda, is what I'd like to know. Like, really? So we don't add any curse tokens to the bag. I guess you'd have to be supremely fast. But we are not that fast. So no curse tokens. Okay. So the third oath. The Order's final secret lies just beyond this door. The entity to which the Order's service is pledged. The creature that holds them in its clutches. The conspiracy's beating heart. Each suspect enemy, blah, blah, blah. We've already killed her. We can spend the blue, red, white, or yellow key to discard each obstacle card attached to your location. We haven't had any of those. Objective. Disrupt the Order's ritual by placing clues on this act. If there are 3 clues on this act, advance. So we need 3 clues. Is that what you're telling me? Okay, well. So we need 3 clues. And we have 3 undiscovered locations left. But we have 2 actions remaining. So if we... Gathering a clue at this 5-shroud location seems highly unlikely. What we could do... If we just keep moving, I don't know if there are any clues here. Let's look at Dagon. Dagon is slumbering. He cannot attack or engage and is immune to investigator actions or player card effects. Forced. After an investigator at this location fails a skill test, place 1 resource on Dagon. Then if there are at least 1 resource per investigator plus 2 resources on Dagon, flip him. Spend a key to remove 1 resource from Dagon. Okay, so he's asleep, so we can go in there if we want. We have been at an unflooded location, so we won't take 5 damage if we go in there. Let's go in there? Is that crazy? There are 3 clues there. Okay, the Lair of Dagon. 3-shroud location with 3 clues. After you enter Lair of Dagon, test your lowest skill, 3. If you fail, take 1 horror. Okay, we had to go in there. As an action, we can test 3 willpower, 3 agility. If you succeed, place 1 of your clues on the current act. You may spend 1 key to place 1 or more of your clues on the current act. So we need to put 3 clues on the act, and we need the 3 clues here at this location. Okay, so we're going to use our next Man, we're going to have to move fast because I have a feeling that once this advances, we're going to be having to deal with Dagon, which we don't want to do. So we're going to spend one resource to get the old keyring. So we can jack one test. Oh, we have to test. After we enter the lair, we test our lowest skill 3 or we take a horror. That is willpower. Or no, it's intellect, actually. Intellect 2. So we take 2. I don't really care about this. We fail, we take a horror. No big deal. We go to the enemy phase, nothing happens. We get a quick thinking. Now that is very nice. That's an extra action. If we can pull that off... So we have an extra key, so we're going to have to pass 2 tests to put keys on. So we need to discover all these clues and then just dump 3 clues on there, like a madman. Okay. Turn 17, Mythos phase, 4 of 6 doom. Our encounter card is the Wizard of the Order. Oh, what an awful card to get right now. That is an absolutely awful card to get. Because he is going to advance the act deck on us next turn. So we have 1 turn in order to do what we want to do. Is it worth killing him? If we were to kill him, we don't have a way of killing him now because we got rid of the meat cleaver. All right. We need to look at how bad Dagon is going to be here. 3 horror. Shoot. He deals 2 damage and 3 horror. That is a tough choice. Okay, so we need... So there's really... I don't think there's a chance we're going to flip Dagon by accident. But this guy is a huge this Wizard of the Order is a huge problem. How many actions do we need? We need to put 3... We need to take 3 actions to put clues on the Lair of Dagon. If we move... Kill the wizard in one... Oh, we can't kill the wizard in one shot, unfortunately. We have no way of doing that. So our best bet is to race Dagon. We can suffer 1 attack from him. He hits for 3 and 2. It's the 3 I'm worried about. Okay, so if we manage to grab all of these clues, in 2 actions. Say we do Sharp Vision and a key ring to grab all of the clues in 2 actions. That gives us 1 action, and we have Quick Thinking, which we could get a second action on. So we could put 2 actions to grab clues, 2 actions if we succeed to place those clues on the act. Then we need to take 1 action to do it again, and we'd be okay. But we've got 5 Bloody Curse tokens in the bag. Okay, we can't do anything about this dude, so let's just move him away because we may have to go resign, unfortunately. Oh, we can spend a key to place 1 more. Okay, so we need 2 actions to place clues. So we could do it this turn if everything works out. All right, well, here we go. Let's give it a shot. If we don't succeed, we're probably going to have to resign, but... All right, well, this is it. This is turn 17. We need to grab these clues, and we need to pass 2 skill tests. So we need to pass 4 skill tests on this location. Let's do Sharp Vision first. We're going to go 2, 3, 4, 5 V3, 6 V3, 7 V3, 8 V3. We're going to seal. -4s. Oh, but the cultists are worse. Because there's 0s, but we have to draw an additional... what's that one? We don't care about that. So hard. Yeah, we have to seal -4s. Well, this is going to come down to a couple skill tests, and we just have way too many curse tokens in the bag, but... Okay, so we're going 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 V3. Chaos Bag says... Cultist. Oh, geez. This is what we were worried about. 0! Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We passed that. Okay. Now we can pull something back. What do we want to pull back? I think we can pull something back. We were 8 V3. We can go 7 V3 and still be okay. Do we pull the Unrelenting back? God, we need to pass 4 skill tests this game. Yeah, we pull Unrelenting. Okay, so we grab a card back. We get a Seeker card back, or a Survivor card back. Let's take another Unrelenting. Okay, so that was our first action. But we got a quick thinking, so we have still 3 actions left. We grab 2 clues. Oh, and we're going to take 5 damage if we don't do this turn. Son of a... Because we're at a fully flooded location. So we may have to leave. If we don't succeed, we may have to leave. We have actions though, so we're okay. Let's use second action. We'll do Old Keyring. We're going 2v1. We'll commit an Unrelenting. We could just seal all the curse tokens. Well, we can't seal enough curse tokens to do it. So we're going 3v1. We're going 1v1. We draw a curse token. We draw another curse token, so we go... we're at -1v1. We get a 0. Oh, we automatically fail. Yeah, because we drew a cultist. So we draw another token, but we automatically fail. So let's reveal another token. We draw another cultist. We reveal another token. We get a skull. So we fail that skill test due to that. Unfortunately. We have 2 actions remaining. What do we do? We can't... we have to put a resource on Dagon. We get our... Did we spend a resource off our... Yeah, we removed a resource off Keyring. We shouldn't have done that. We add our resource back. We're going to take 5 damage if we don't leave this turn. I guess we just investigate again and then leave if we have to. We're going 2v1. We get another curse token. We're going 1v... We're going 0v1. We auto-fail. Okay, well that makes that easy enough. We move away. Nothing we can do there. Just a couple of tests we couldn't pass. Nothing during the enemy phase. We get an Alter Fate during the upkeep. Unfortunately, we are advancing because thanks to the Wizard of the Order, we go 6 Doom. And that's it. Yeah. So, an awakening. Suddenly, a tremendous sound thunders through the building like a furious explosion and the resonance of booming voice all at once. At first, you think the building must be collapsing. You take cover and lift your arms above your head to shield yourself from falling rubble, but no debris strikes you. Instead, it is an echoing roar that brings you to your knees and forces the air out of your lungs. Your eardrums threaten to shatter as the sound grows louder and louder. Darkness creeps into your vision until it swallows your memories whole. Each investigator who has not resigned is defeated and suffers 1 mental trauma. In your campaign log, record that Dagon has awakened. R1. So Dagon had two tokens on him since we failed twice. And unfortunately, we don't get the victory point either, which is annoying as hell. Well, that was kind of unfortunate. We drew the Wizard of the Order, which cost us a turn. I'm not sure we could have done it with all of those curse tokens in there, but we got awfully damn close. So let's take a look at what the thing has to say. I'm gonna go bring that up. Okay. So if no resolution was reached, each investigator was resigned or defeated. We proceed to resolution 1, record that Dagon has awakened. So basically we just ended up with a mental trauma out of this. So we go to each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value of each card in the victory display. Record this experience under unspent experience in your campaign log. Do not spend any of it yet. Okay, so what did we earn? We got this underground river. We didn't get the Lair of Dagon, unfortunately. We missed 1 clue. And that's it. So we ended up with 2 XP. Is that the pathetic amount we got? No, actually we got 3 because we killed the Apostle. So I think we ended up with a total of, I think if we earned 3 the last time we've got 6 so far. Okay, so let's see what else. If there is a suspect enemy in the victory display, we record the gatekeeper has been defeated. Yep. The lead investigator must decide, tell Aceros nothing, proceed to resolution 2, lie to Aceros, skip to resolution 3, or tell Aceros everything, skip to resolution 4. And each of those is basically you just add a different token to the bag. So if you tell him nothing, you add an elder thing to the bag. If you lie to him, you add a tablet to the bag, and if you tell him everything, you add a cultist to the bag. And then we go to Hidden Truths 4. The Terror and Devil Reef, neither of those things are true. If the gatekeeper has been defeated and we contain one of the following assets, that's not true. And then we get to spend experience points. So yeah, so not Not a whole lot. We just ended up with a mental trauma, basically, out of that. Which is our first of the campaign. Which I guess is okay. Well, that's going to do it. A little disappointed in the ending there, but I felt as though we did pretty well to get to that point. We would have had one more turn. I'm not too sure if we could have done it. We needed to grab that clue and then pass 2 more skill tests in order to stack the clues on the... we only had 1 key, so if we'd grabbed that last clue, and then we would have needed 2 more tests, which might have been tough. So all in all, that is going to do it for my playthrough of the Lair of Dagon. This was a blind playthrough, so again, apologies if I made any mistakes along the way. Remember that if you are a patron of the channel, stay tuned for the Patreon post-game show, where I'll talk about my thoughts and feelings about how my deck performed, as well as the scenario and the campaign so far. I'll be back with my playthrough of Into the Maelstrom. We're going to wrap up this campaign here very shortly, and then we're going to dive right into Edge of the Earth. So stay tuned for that. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope that you have a fantastic day, and take care out there. That's going to do it for this episode. If you enjoyed what you hear, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you need to contact me, I can be reached at manfromlang@gmail.com. I'm also on Twitter at manfromlang. Until the stars are right, keep your shotgun close and your elder sign closer. Take care out there, and happy investigating.